Okay, so I'm going to be adding a tentacle design onto this piece here. This is a very broad piece, very visible, so I think this is a good place to put it. I've always really liked octopi, and they show up a lot in steampunk art and steampunk builds, and why not? We're going with this octopus tentacle. I'm going to build it out of craft foam. I'm going to do a couple different layers, at least one for the tentacle. Another one's going to have some gears underneath maybe. And then of course I'm going to stick on the suction cups, which will just sort of be small circles on top, and then it will all get painted to match. I began by carefully cutting out the tentacle from craft foam, which I bought from the dollar store. Voila, one tentacle. Next, I cut out 2 gears from the same craft foam. To attach the 3 pieces together, I used super glue. I was careful not to get any of this on my fingers, as it will stick them together and is a real pain to remove. Using a hole punch, I created many small circles to act as rivets. These will form the suction cups for the octopus's tentacles. Next, I used a heat gun to seal the foam in preparation for painting. I used the same super glue to glue down the assembled piece. I did this in short stages because this gave me more control and made sure that I didn't make any mistakes which I could not undo. And here's the heat shield with the foam glued on. Next, I sprayed the entire piece with a gold brass spray paint. After the paint had dried, I mixed a brown acrylic with water and liberally brushed this over the tentacle and gears, making sure that it could soak into any places where the 2 pieces of foam met. This is to give the tentacle an aged look. Using a silver acrylic, I carefully painted the tops of each of the rivets. This is to distinguish them from the rest of the piece. One final touch to the paint job was to take a little bit of black acrylic and highlight the edges of the rivets to make them further stand out from the background. I then sealed the piece with an all-weather clear coat. And here's the finished piece attached over the muffler of the Steampunk moped.